Hey G, let's start the show.
Welcome to Questions and Alan. Here's the folk with all the lore, Alan.
Hey there, I'm Alan Furstenberg and I'm here to answer your questions about designing and developing for the Google Assistant. So, what question are we hip to today, G?
Here's a Dialogflow question for you. How do you provide training phrases for a carousel or a list?
This is an interesting question because in general, you don't.
Is that why it goes to the fallback intent when you hit an option? If so, how do you capture the reply?
So, what you're going to need to do, first of all, when you're creating your option or list, is you're going to need to set all of the reply options that are in there and all of the aliases. So it's kind of like you're designing a new type, but you're not. You'll be setting these as part of the option itself, and then the Google Assistant will pick up which one was spoken and send that information back, and it will appear in Dialogflow as what's known as a Google Assistant option event. Or sometimes we refer to it as actions_intent_option. You'll need to create an intent with this event as what gets triggered. You don't need to set any training phrases, but you do need to make sure that you set the fulfillment for it. Because in the fulfillment, that's where the value that the user either clicked on or spoke or whatever will be sent to you, and that's how you're going to need to process it. So instead of using training phrases to capture what the user can say, you need to set them in the option or list and then capture that event and handle it in your fulfillment.
What about devices that don't display a carousel or list?
Well, it's not going to be a problem. Google takes care of it for you. So even if you are sending in the option or list to a smart speaker, for example, it will still know that you need to say one of the things that was in that option or list, and it will still return that as a Google Assistant option event.
But what if I want to be able to accept those phrases elsewhere besides when we've sent a carousel or list?
Yeah, that's a bit of a weird situation. So in those cases, you will still need to create another event that has these as training phrases, or another event with a type that has these as an entity type, and capture it that way as well. So this means you're going to have two different intents that you sort of want to do the same thing on the back end for, but that's fine. That just means that on your back end, in your intent handler, you get the value out for either one, and then both of them are going to call the same function on your back end that returns the results you want it to. That's not a problem. That's normal programming as things go. Does that sound groovy to you?
It does to me. You can find examples at developers.google.com/assistant. Say goodnight, Alan.
Good night, Alan.